Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of my new Let's Play OpenTTD series. So let's generate a nice large mountainous map. Should be pretty challenging, and I will use, I'm thinking 10 tile long trains, so we can get lots of cargo moving before our map starts lagging out. So let's start out with coal. We'll talk about the new GRFs I chose, but first let's get some trains moving. So let's get the coal over here. There are these three that are all near each other. We can connect it up with some feeders, get some coal moving. Unpause, get some coal moving before we start to build the tracks. Alright, so I am using the nuts train set as usual, and that train set actually has really low running costs, so we can afford to have a lot of trains going even though they're not making any money as feeders. So use that to our advantage. So this station will start to collect some coal for us when we actually have our long trains ready. Alright, so we have the first set of feeder trains going now. Let me just change our color scheme to be a little more readable. So the industry set that we are using is called BSPI, which I believe stands for Borg Stockpiling Industries, made by Borg. And it adds some interesting mechanics to the game that encourage you to build to serve more than just one type of cargo, which is good in vanilla, but it is based off of the vanilla industries, so it should be relatively familiar for everyone. Alright, so we have quite a ways to go to connect these two. I think we'll travel, buy up some land. We'll travel up around here. Can we see those? I guess so. Up around here, I guess just through this area. So we'll go over below this lake, through this farm, over this lake, and that's the route we'll follow roughly. Yeah, but Borg Stockpiling Industries, the way it works is for secondary industries like steel mill, factory, they need power. So you have to deliver coal to a power plant before you can deliver cargo to secondary industries. So that's why we'll start out with coal. And to affect the production of primary industries, not only do you have to give good service, but you also need to deliver valuables to the local bank. So normally, most games in vanilla, you don't really ever have a reason to transport valuables because they never increase production. But in Borgs, they're useful for increasing the production of other primary industries. And also, you can increase the production of banks by increasing the population, by growing the town. So it encourages you to do all of those things. So I'm just going to keep on connecting these two stations together. And we maxed out our loan as well. Alright, so I've got the track completed, so let's get our first train moving. And it seems that I have forgotten to refit our trains to actually carry coal. So unfortunately, we don't have any coal waiting for us. So let's just get those refit now. How embarrassing. Alright, there we go, and we're getting some coal moving now. So Borgs also is set up so that the base production is it can increase even if you don't deliver valuables, but it can't increase as much. And also it's set up so that when you give good service, it's guaranteed to increase, unlike in vanilla where you can only affect the probability that it increases. So let's I guess we'll get 4 trains for our 4 engines for our nice long 10 tile train. And not enough screen space. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So make sure this time to actually refit it to coal. Then we'll load up here, unload over in Keffingfield Heights, and get some money. All right, and unfortunately we do not have any coal waiting for us from our feeders. But there's the first train coming, so we will get some moving. But let's start doubling up this track so we can have more than just one train going. Here we go, just doubling up this track. Not too much to do. Alright, so it looks like Rendingstone Bay is going to be in the way a lot. So I'm going to set up some stations here just so we can give them some service, and that'll improve our rating over time. So I plant some trees, now we're in good standing, so I can actually build the stations, and I'll control click so we can build separate stations. And I also want to make sure that towns can build their own roads is turned off, because well, this town would grow a lot if I just let these buses go wild. And also looks like we have a problem. We do not have any buses at this point in time. Oh well, leave that there for now. Okay, so then we'll just signal this doubled up track. Where's the other end? Yeah, oh, and there's our train coming. So we've got some money on the way. And I guess we'll just end the other side right here. Wait a moment. It's driving on the left side of the road. Fix this. Alright. Make sure we get our signals in. And we'll just use the plain old block signals. Works well for our two-way tracks. Alright, and then we'll need to, I guess that's good for now. We'll check on our pickup station. We should have plenty of coal starting to accumulate. I believe each of these trains carries 300 something, 384. So we have more than two more loads waiting here for us. So let's get some more trains moving. We'll need to double up the entrance first though, just so there's room for trains to wait. Use our path-based signal for the X, and we will just clone this train 3 times maybe. We'll notice that when it comes out of this depot, it'll actually reserve the track on the X, so we should have, we should put a 2-way path-based signal there, but there's just no room right now. I'm not going to worry about it. It only happens when the trains come out of the depot, because when they enter from this side, they'll be facing the other direction. It's not a big deal, but is something to note. Looks like we are already having trouble keeping up with production, so let's just keep these trains rolling out. So, one other thing about Borgs is that the coal actually is burned at a certain rate at the power plant. So once the capacity is full, we actually won't get paid for any more coal that gets delivered, and it'll just get deleted. So to consume more coal, we actually need to start delivering to some secondary industries. It looks like we don't have much choice other than this oil refinery here. So it looks like we're going to start delivering some oil, and I do believe that BSPI fixes the issue that oil wells don't increase production. So I believe they can increase production with this new GRF. All right, we have our two oil we have two oil wells here, so we'll string these together. I can find a flat spot for a 10 tile station, which is a little tricky. I guess we'll just do some terraforming. And I do have base cost mods set up to make terraforming more expensive, so we should try to avoid it unless we really need to terraform. And we'll get the feeders going. I love feeders. Make the production crazy. Let's see, there's no spot to fit the feeder as well, I guess. So we'll just make sure that's flat. I didn't mean to terraform that. Oh well. Terraform that extra tile. Kind of hard to see with those giant oil towers. And then I will come back when I got these trains going. Alright, there we go. Got our trains starting to collect oil here. So let's connect our new oil pickup to our main line. So I'm thinking we can use some markers to plan out a route again. Let's go straight across through these valleys here. And as I'm building these tracks, it looks like we made our first profit. See if, I guess our first train finished its cargo, finished its coal delivery and made 88K, it seems like. So we're looking pretty good. We'll be able to pay back our loan in no time. Now for our first junction. Don't need anything too fancy right now when we're getting started out. But eventually this will probably be upgraded to a big nice backbone hub. So just do a, T-junction. T-junctions are basically all the same. And actually we don't need to turn left here. Everything's going towards the right. So yeah, it'll be extra easy. We'll just I guess we'll just have a bridge here. Don't need to double it or anything yet because we're so early in this game. Now I've gone ahead and fully doubled up our new oil line. So let's start putting some trains here, and we have 2 loads waiting for us already. Let's see, I guess we'll just clone one of the coal trains and refit it to oil. And clear the orders. Oh, and I guess we are going to need a new drop station for this, the oil refinery. So let's go ahead and just get that down so we can make our orders. And then we can start the train and it should be fine. We can add the track while the train's going. All right, that should be good, I think. Tonningstone Heights, yeah, that's right. And let's just make sure no loading. Okay, let's make 3 or 4. Got the money. Oh, maybe we don't have that money. Let's sell 2 of those. We're actually running kind of low at this point. Only 60K with those trains sold. Just need to have enough to connect this up properly. Do it like that. Need to double up this line as well. You can see the trains are getting bottlenecked significantly over at our coal drop. So we'll have to deal with nah, they hate us. We'll have to deal with that town at some point. We'll have that nice population 0 eventually. Right now we cannot do that. So we'll just have a tiny bit of one-way track there. Alright, and this train decided to drive on the wrong side again. Get that going. Speed it up. Come on, come on. Okay. Now we have some trains moving, and we'll get this new pickup connected up nice and easy. Alright. Oh, just missed. Sure, like that's fine. And there we go. Making swift progress. See how our oil train's doing, coming along. Alright. And it looks like we are already running out of trains on this side to pick up. Let's get 2 more, and let's check on our coal as well. We're getting quite a few trains pretty quickly, so whew, that's a lot of coal. This is a little bit worrying. Just spend all our money. This is a little worrying because don't want this game to go too quickly. All right, just went back and fixed this block signal here, turned it to a path-based signal, which I missed. But I think this is going to do it for episode 1. We have a nice source of income and 2 big feeder stations, doing pretty well. We have 17 trains, making some money. Oh, look at that. That was a good month. So if you have any feedback, this is the first Let's Play I've ever done, so, you know, pacing too fast, slow, more or less cuts, whatever you prefer. You know, I don't have a lot of subscribers, so you can have an influence on the videos. Yeah, please give your feedback. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.